guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've been thinking recently, I've recently turned 40, and most people when they turn 40 tend to have a midlife crisis. Now most people will go out and buy a flash sports car or go and do something like playing golf. Me on the other hand, I'm all into RCs, and I have been since the age of 4, so that's quite a long time. And one of the things I've wondered over coming years is how far can an RC car travel in a year? Now, I've been thinking about it, and I want to document a series with weekly updates how far my RC car can go in a year. Now, I've been thinking about it quite a lot, and you know, for me it would be the TRX4 to do this challenge, mainly because I live in the UK and we get hot weather, we get cold weather, we get rain, we get snow, we get wind, you name it, we pretty much get it. So I want something that's going to be durable and hardy. Now the only criteria I have sort of put to myself is that I want to be doing 1 battery a day. So I've got myself a little rechargeable GPS bike computer, which we will be using on a vehicle so that we can document how many miles we're doing a day, how many miles we're doing a month, and then obviously how many miles we're doing over a year. But one thing has sort of put me off of using the TRX4, and that is if I'm going to be limiting myself to 1 battery a day, what happens when that battery runs out? So I live quite close to a very big park, so my plan is to be sort of going around the park until the battery dies. Now the TRX4 with a 5000 milliamp hour battery can last up to 3 hours, so you know, we could sort of try to work it out, but you know, this car isn't standard. You know, I mean, straight away you can see that I've got different wheels on there, I've got a brushless motor in there. There's lots of weights all over the vehicle, obviously, to help with trailing and climbing, so it wouldn't really make it fair. And also, when the battery does eventually run out, if I'm the other side of the park, I could be a mile away from home. I don't want to be lugging this car that weighs sort of 4 kilo across a park. So I sort of poo-pooed the idea of using a TRX4. So the next best thing I can think of is a TRX4M. This is brand new, completely brand new. We can see that it's sealed there and also sealed there. It arrived today. It's the same colour as the TRX4, the bigger brother that my kids are affectionately called Derek. So they've called this one, I believe, Doris. So little Doris here is brand new. She is going to be doing the 1 battery a day challenge for a whole year, or instead of me saying a year, we're going to say 365 batteries. Okay, so because there are going to be days when I can't physically get out to run the car. So what I'm going to be doing for every day that I miss, the next day I'll be doing 2 batteries. So for instance, on Thursdays, that's race night for me, so I won't be able to go out. So the Friday I'll be doing 2 batteries. But yeah, I want to know over time how far this car can go on 365 batteries, which is, you know, what I'm going to be putting down as a year. Now at the moment it's completely stock. I am going to be putting some different bits on there, but I'm not going to run it until the car is completely ready and all of the upgrades that I've purchased have turned up. So in terms of upgrades, we've got a lighting kit, because although it's summer at the moment and it doesn't really get dark till 9 o'clock, when it comes to winter it gets dark here at about 4 o'clock, and I don't particularly want to be trailing in the pitch black without being able to see the car. Some other little things that I've bought for it are going to be the same bumpers, like same style bumpers, metal bumpers that we've got here as Derek. I want to basically turn it, Doris here, into a mini Derek. So we've got things that we, you know, are not really going to be of much use. For instance, mud flaps are going to be going on the little one. White wheels, because I like Defenders with white wheels. What else have we got going on there? There's a little scale interior that's going to be going in there as well, only because I've seen photos of the TRX 4M online and there's no interior or anything like that, and obviously the windows are clear. So it's mainly going to be things that I think that I would like to have on it, but like I say, I'm not going to be running it until everything is done on it and it is brand new out of the box, all ready to go. We're going to be using, like I say, this cheap rechargeable GPS bike computer. I won't be doing a video a day. I'll do one obviously for the first day when we take it out, obviously just to see how we get on. It's only going to be sort of highlights, you know. It's going to be pretty boring watching me going around a park until a battery dies on a car. But we'll do sort of like weekly updates, you know, milestones for the car, you know, when it hits maybe like 50 miles or 100 miles. But yeah, I just, like I say, I want to answer my own question really as to how far a TRX 4M can go on a stock battery. It's going to be stock electrics, so it's going to be stock battery, stock servo, stock ESC, stock motor. And yeah, I just want to see how far it can travel with 365 batteries, or the equivalent of a year's use. Obviously, we're going to have, you know, things possibly go wrong, but you know, I'll document them and fix them. And obviously, for every day that it's you know off of the road. So, for instance, if it takes a week to get a servo, I'll have to do a week where I do 2 batteries per evening, obviously to catch up. But yeah. I don't think it's ever been done before. I've looked sort of all over the internet to see if anyone has done anything like this with a crawler or with a TRX 4M. The closest I can see is there was a guy in America, I think, that had done 100 miles, or he started it at least, I think it was like 3 years ago, to do 100 miles with his crawler. I think he's still doing it, so maybe he doesn't get as much sort of spare time as I do. But like I say, I'm quite lucky. I live next to a really big park. And yeah, that's pretty much what this car's going to be going through. So you know, it's going to be it's not going to be sort of like off-road. It's going to be sort of mainly on road, but there is like dirt tracks and hills and things like that, and there's a mixture of terrain. So it will be a good test for this little car. One thing to add is that I've got a small channel, so there's no like affiliation with well, especially with Traxxas, because they don't tend to send products out for free. But you know, I think what I'm trying to say is I've bought all of this with my own money, so I'm not sponsored or anything like that. If anybody you know, would like to drop a comment in the comments box and sort of give your guess as to how far this car is going to travel over a year, I'd be interested to see if we can get close to it, or if we can even beat it. I'm not going to hide my location either, so you know, if any of you guys are local to me, or you know, you want to sort of pop down or whatever and come for a little trail with me, then by all means do it. I'm in Basildon in Essex in the UK, and the park I'll be taking around is Gloucester Park. So you know, if you're out and you see me at all, by all means give me a wave or whatever. You know, you might be wondering what this 40-year-old guy is doing walking along with a really tiny RC car. It's you know, this is just something that I want to do, a question that I want to answer for myself. But yeah, that's a quick little update. I'm still waiting for some parts to turn up for the car. Once they have turned up, I'll do a video where it's where we unbox it, all the bits get put on, and we take it out for its first run and see how many miles we can get out of one pack. And then obviously, like I say, after that it will be weekly updates to see how far this car can travel with 365 batteries, or the equivalent of a year's use. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you when all the parts are turned up.